Hello, in this video we'll discuss the writing process review assignment. As always, please be sure to read through the assignment handout located in our course site, as this video will highlight some of the most important directions, while the handout provides in-depth knowledge about all the expectations for the assignment. So let's begin by talking about the purpose of the writing process review. At this point of the semester, you're in the final module of the course where you're working to compose your academic article. And truly, this is a project that we have been building towards this entire semester. And while I want you to focus in depth about composing that polished, fully developed academic article, I want you at the same time to have an opportunity to think critically about the choices you are making to compose that project, and also give you the opportunity to defend why you really met the expectations for this project. And so to do that, we have the writing process review assignment. Now, as you see in the overview section here, the writing process review, this truly focuses on asking you to explain the processes you took as a writer to think critically about the genre and the rhetorical situation for the academic article. So I'm asking you to tell me, what did you do to make the academic article? Tell me about your writing processes. Tell me about your choices for the rhetorical situation. And so specifically for your audience, for your purpose for writing, considering the moves we have discussed about academic argumentation this whole semester. How did you think critically about all of that to compose a successful project? And now when we get down to the directions portion here, you'll see I have some really specific guidelines on how I'm asking you to compose a writing process review. And so specifically, as you begin writing your academic article in this module, I want you to be mindful of this assignment because it's asking you to think critically about what you did to make your project. And so to write that, you'll compose 500 words at minimum in which you're responding to these 6 prompts that I have here. And now you'll see that you can do so as short answer responses if you prefer that, or you could even compose a brief reflective essay where you have formal paragraphs. The key thing I'm asking you to be conscious of the genre, so using correct grammar, mechanics, language appropriate for our academic community, and then most importantly, in addition to your personal perspective on these prompts, I want you to point to evidence from the academic article to defend the things you are saying. So I want to break down these prompts a little bit more in depth to make sure you fully understand them and you don't have any questions. So for this first one, this really focuses on what you did to create the project in terms of your writing processes. So everything from your initial planning, when you began composing, what did you do to brainstorm, to outline, to begin drafting? How did research evolve throughout the semester for you? And then think about revision especially. So think about our peer review. Think about conversations you've had with me as your instructor. What choices did you make as you were composing your academic article to revise, to stop and reflect, to make improvements? And then tell me, how did all of this ultimately impact the final product that you're submitting for our class? How did your article transform from beginning to end? Then the second question I'm asking you, what was your purpose for writing this project? Please do not say to get a good grade, and while I hope that is true, I want to hear a little bit more in depth about what does this academic article mean to you? What do you hope to accomplish if this was shared in the field that you're writing for? And then who are you writing to? So you should have a specific intended audience. Even though your article may appeal to many people, who are you truly trying to reach? And then what did you do to effectively reach them? What rhetorical choices did you make? Did you appeal to their values, their interests, their beliefs in a certain way? Do you share content that is especially important to a specific audience? Do you make certain moves in your writing to effectively make sure the material you are sharing is understandable but also persuasive to that group? And then how do you address the conventions of the genre? So how do you effectively make sure that this is an academic article that you're submitting? Are you following the introduction, they say, I say moves we've talked about all semester? Do you have a proper title, headings? And do you include formal paragraphs that are well developed? Do you include research but ensure that your voice is the dominant item that we hear as an audience? What moves are you making that we would expect to see in an academic article? So again, what did you do to make sure that you effectively met the features or the conventions of an academic article? And then how did you think critically, whether about the content, the topic, your audience? How is critical thinking evident in this project? And then if you could take more time, what would you do with it? How would you change, evolve, expand, revise your project if you had the opportunity to do so? And then the final two portions on here, really talking about deadlines. I introduced this assignment early in the module simply because it's asking you to reflect on your choices and your decisions for creating the academic article. So I want you to be aware of that up front. So you can make notes. You can begin composing some of this as you go about composing your academic article instead of after the fact. You have the whole span of the module to turn this in, but I think it's incredibly helpful to have this at least in the back of your mind to know what you want to say in regards to those 6 prompts we just discussed. And then finally, for specific grading expectations, please make sure you consult the writing process review rubric. And if you have questions about anything, I am always happy to chat with you, so please just reach out to me directly. Okay, thank you so much for some of your time. Good luck with this assignment as well as with the academic article. I'm looking forward to reading your work.